We're now on the way to try and find Sirga. We got her location on the GPS, but it's also possible that we find Sirga sitting around with some of the male lions right now. So very exciting, a little bit worrying, and we're going to find out in a few minutes what's going on. So it has been, I think, 5 days now with the lions around since we first heard them, and they have been around 3 times of those 5 days. And then if we're looking here, we're at home here just behind the vegetable garden. Over there's the caravan in my bedroom, and we've had the lions leave some beautiful footprints right here for us. So they've come right here to the solar power, had a look around the place, and obviously they've been having a look at Sirga all the time. So Sirga has been staying inside voluntarily the entire time. I left the door open the whole time. Obviously we had a good look at her every day, but she waited every day for food, and despite the lions around, she just stayed inside the whole time. But this morning at around 5 o'clock she started to walk off quite far, and she started patrolling her boundary. She walked one entire line for about 5 kilometers on her boundary, and now we got to find out what's going on there. So we're just waiting for the 10 o'clock update, and then we're going to go and see if Sirga is together with the lions or if they're still on the outside, because they could quite easily dig into the large area. And I can just show you quickly how lions actually get in and out of these areas as well. Found out where the lions came into Sirga's area. So that's Sirga's fence, as you can see, with the electric stuff on it. And this is the hole where the lions came in. So we can just have a look here. You can clearly see it's still very fresh on the dark sand. You can see how fresh it is. And then these are the tracks. They're a bit hard to see here. It's just next to the shadow of my head. But they come in here, and this is where Sirga has gone as well. So Sirga did go following the lions, and time to go and find out and see how she's doing. We're now on the way to try and find Sirga. We got her location on the GPS. What she did is basically to walk along this entire road, not right on the road. She seemed to have stayed a bit in the bush. And we just found out that the tracks from the lions are inside. I can definitely see it's the bigger tracks. So the lions, and I can see on the fence, they've been scratching in multiple spots. They have come in. So we got lions inside, and Sirga decided to come out, although she only left at 5 in the morning. So it's possible that the lions are already out again of her area, but it's also possible that we find Sirga sitting around with some of the male lions right now. So very exciting, a little bit worrying, and we're going to find out in a few minutes what's going on. I have no idea how much of that you'll really be able to see, but there are definitely tracks from 2 lions. There's the one, and here's the second line, and one of them is Sirga. We know that because the update came from here. So it seems like Sirga is either following these lions, or they're following her, or she's actually together with them. And we're going to try and find them now. So I'm just walking on their tracks now. Oh, and there's Sirga. I can see Sirga right here. And we don't have another lion nearby the way it looks like at the moment. So I gotta say, I'm a little bit relieved. She is happy. She's just rubbing her head against the tree here. It's very likely the other lions are actually watching me right now, and I just can't see them. But let's see how that goes. It's a new one. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. How was your night? Let's go in the shade. It's a bit hot here. Oh, she has scratches from them. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, how are you doing? Come. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you're so quiet. Where are the lions? Alright, so Sirga's alright, but she's a lot less vocal than usual. And I can see that she had at least one argument with the lions. Yes, sweetie, I'm here. Alright, so Sirga is fine, but she has those scratches on the back. I will show you quickly. This was one claw mark. This would have been the thumb here, and then the claws. So 2 of the outside claws hit there and sort of pulled a bit and the thumb. So she got one left hand on her bum here from one of the boys, but luckily it didn't do anything badly. But you can see the size of that paw. It's just like when I really spread my hand, and that's where those marks come from. Which means they had a bit of an argument, but it doesn't look like it was too bad. And it looks like they were walking around together for some time, and by the looks of things I would say the lions are probably just in the bush somewhere around here. Sirga doesn't seem too broken. She's quite alright. Spirit seems okay. She's just very quiet. She's not being vocal like she usually would be, and she's quite exhausted. She's a lot less excited and active. But I think she's quite happy we're here now, and I'll probably spend the day with her and try to bring her home later. Yeah, they're here. Should I leave you here and bring some stuff later, and then we walk home? I'll bring you something for your wounds and more water. Will you be okay until then? Yes, I think what we'll do is that I'll just go home. I'll grab my backpack with the rifle and bring some more water and some betadine to clean Sirga's wounds with, and then I think I might walk home later in the afternoon as soon as it's cool enough to actually walk again, because I don't think anything will happen now during the day with the lions. It's going to be far too hot even if they try to come. I mean, she already spent the night with them, or at least the early morning. We know she left at 5 in the morning, so all this happened in the morning, and these lions are somewhere here, and this is the direction away from the fence, which means they're inside her area. So they're probably going to be around when I walk her home later, but I don't think that's going to be a big problem. And I think I'll just come back at 4 after we get the 4 o'clock update, and then we take Sirga home if she wants to. And if not, then we don't. You stay out. But I think if Sirga wants to go home, we'll just lock the door up for tonight and give her a bit of rest, and yeah, see how it goes. But the scratch on the back doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like a heavy fight, and I mean, there's 2 of the males, so they're obviously just getting to know each other, which is pretty exciting, and I'm still a bit torn between having to lock up or not, but we'll see. All right, Sirga, we'll see what happens. Can I leave you here? Yeah, I think I can leave you here. Alright, so I'm getting ready to go out with Sirga and the wild lions, which is a first actually for me also. I mean, they could be around, but this time we know they're actually in contact with Sirga, so that makes it a bit different. So I've got the rifle, and luckily I have a very nice backpack which fits the gun, and it has a quick release mechanism, which I will show you. So getting it in is a little bit of a mission, but getting it out is very quick and easy, which is great, because it saves me carrying the bloody thing, which is very heavy in my hand. So I have the hands free with Sirga. And then, just in case we get to see the lions, I've got the big camera with the zoom, because I would love to get some good photos and shoot them with the camera much rather than the rifle. The rifle is just an absolute last resort, and more than anything I will use it to just scare them off before I would do anything. I have some extra ammo with me in case I need that, but let's hope not. I always have a little pocket knife. When Sirga makes a kill, I use it to open it, or I play around with some sticks, do some carving while I'm sitting there waiting for stuff. I normally never do, but I'm definitely going to bring water this time, so put water on the side of the backpack here. The GPS is just to find Sirga again. After that, I'm going to leave it in the car. We have for Sirga today, that's a spray. It doesn't have in it what's in it. It says hygiene hand spray, but it's actually betadine, which I put in there because it's nice to be able to spray it into the wounds. Then we have the 3 social media cams, an Osmo gimbal, a 360 camera, and a GoPro camera, and that's what we use to make most of the Sirga footage and the videos. And all of that goes into my pockets because I use it all the time. This we'll put in here and use it on Sirga at some stage. So for today, that's about it. And the radio, obviously, that goes on my belt, and it's my communication with anyone, especially today. That could be quite important because I have no idea where these lines are going to be when I'm trying to walk Sirga home. And then I can just show you the backpack. It's actually pretty heavy with the rifle and the big camera, but it's a very nice backpack. It's actually the second time only that I'm using it. Last time I used it when we were tracking those same lines. So it's pretty new. I still don't really, not very used to it yet, and it doesn't feel nice. It needs to get worn in a bit. But the cool thing is normally you carry a gun here in your hand and it's really heavy and it's really annoying. And what I like to carry is my walking stick, because I just like to have something. If there's a snake, I always make my sticks with a little fork in the top, because that's perfect to just hold a snake somewhere if I see one, and then I can grab it safely with my hands. But actually, even for a leopard or a lion, I'd like to be able to give it a good smack before they smack me, and the stick is just a nice extension. But I like to just have one to walk with. It's a bit like if you get a thorn, it's nice to have another leg to stand on, so it's just an extended arm. So a rifle, on the other hand, would really make things difficult. And where does the camera go, and how do I touch Sirga a bit or anything like that? So it's really nice. I bought this backpack specifically because I thought I might need it. But the problem is, normally if the gun's on your back, it's quite a mission to get it off. But with this thing, it's a really nice, if it works, yeah, very quick to have the gun out of the backpack. So that's super cool. And a friend specifically ordered that in Germany and brought it with when he was visiting. So yeah, that's the gear for today. We'll see how it goes, see what Sirga and the Lions are up to. But I'm quite excited. We should have an update now on the GPS, and then we're going to go out and I'm going to walk her home. All right, so out with Sirga, and as you can see, with all the safety stuff and everything with me, we are walking right where she was, together with the wild lions only this morning. And the plan is to bring her home. She is quite relaxed. She got a few little scratches, nothing too serious. It doesn't look to me like there was anything aggressive going on. I cleaned the scratches a little bit, and yeah, now on the way home with her. She spent the whole day in the same spot where we found her this morning, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm hoping to meet the wild lions now on the walk or not. It would be kind of cool, but at the same time, I'll have to be very careful, since, yeah, very strange situation. I've walked around wild lions many times, but never with another lion with me. So we'll just see how everything goes. It's very exciting for me. It's been definitely an exciting day for Sirga. I think so far the plan is just to take Sirga home. I'm going to try and hit the nearest cut line, because we're not too far from that, and then just walk home along that boundary. That's the easiest to walk on. And actually, if there is a safety concern with the lions, I might be able to just jump over the fence if I needed to, and that should help a little bit, even though they could get under. But and overall, I don't think it would be too bad to meet the lions. I'm pretty sure Sirga would be there to look after me, and I have a feeling that they would be a lot more interested in our lion lady than in me. So yeah, it could be a very cool experience. It's kind of exciting to walk around the same area where I know that they are somewhere. But Sirga doesn't seem overly bothered with anything, so I don't think they're that close. I'm pretty sure she would notice their presence long before me. And yeah, that's about it. I'll be about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours to get home. Hope it all goes well. I think what I'm going to do is just take Sirga home, give her some nice dinner, and from there we'll probably just let her be, because I don't think anything bad happened, and she followed those lines voluntarily. So I don't see why Sirga should be locked up right now. The lions are here. What worries me most is that maybe they can teach her how to get out of her fence, although I don't think Sirga wants to go out at all. So I think if they go out, she will just stay inside. Anyways, lots of stuff going on in my head. It's actually super exciting, but I'm going to stop talking now, because I would like to focus on my surroundings a bit more while the lions might be around. So yeah, will be a few hours to get home, and I'll update you from there again. Right, so we're only about half an hour into our walk home, and as you can see, Sirga is following nicely right behind me. She seems to be completely keen and happy to go home, and I have a feeling the lions may have left the area at the moment, because she's not too concerned with them. I will hear from the guys. Their staff are busy doing a fence patrol, because so far we've just seen the spot where the lions came in, but we haven't checked much of the boundary yet. So we're gonna just double check to see if they're out. And yeah, weather is quite good for walking, at least so far. It looks a little bit like that cloud is gonna move away from the sun just now, and it's only about 5 o'clock, which means it's still going to be quite hot for another hour. Might have to sit a bit with Sirga and rest, because she doesn't like moving when it's very hot. But yeah, in any case, so far, yeah, there she's right behind me, behind the dead tree. So she's doing good, and I think there's no danger from the lions for me or for Sirga at the moment at all. Actually, this is very exciting. Despite the small scratches, I don't think anything bad happened, and if anything, that was the first friendly encounter that Sirga actually had with wild lions, and that's a pretty amazing thing to happen for her and for me, I guess. Hey, Sirga. So it's actually quite a special feeling, I must say, to be walking around here and have Sirga follow me here in the background, and at the same time sort of not knowing if there is 2 wild lions following Sirga somewhere in the background, because she is actually looking back behind us quite a lot. Yeah, just like now. So she seems to have the same kind of feeling. So maybe the lions are actually coming with us at the moment. It's very, very cool. I kind of enjoy this. It's very nice, very exciting. And yeah, what a day for all of us, and especially for our Sirga. Okay, so I've just found a very interesting spot here. Just as I turned off the camera at the moment, here is the lion's tracks. There's one, sort of going back and forth. And there's Sirga. These are the 2 male lion's tracks, and Sirga is definitely having a good look around here. So they were here. I'm sure she would smell them. Those tracks don't look very old at all. They're definitely daytime tracks, especially this track going this way. So I have a feeling maybe these lions are a lot closer than we think, and yeah, we'll keep a good lookout for them. Sirga is busy helping me with the looking out, so obviously that's a huge help for safekeeping, is to have Sirga here. But lions are not generally, you know, a big threat to us when we're walking in the bush, as long as we respect them, which is also why I'm going to be quiet again now and just keep walking and see if we can find them. Tracks are right here. Sirga is walking over them. That's the tracks from the boys. So we're definitely having a look at the whole scenario. Hey, Sirga, come, let's go. Here Sirga is in the bushes right behind me, and we're still walking on these fresh lion tracks. They're actually going somewhat in the direction of back home, and they're coming from the place where I found Sirga this morning and where she met the lions. You can very clearly see here that we're walking on them. Here are all the beautiful lion footprints, and I'm actually just following them a bit now to see what they've been up to. It's both of them walking around, and they're about to hit the big hut line, which means here's the other one. Very nice tracks, number 2. Beautiful footprint here, walking ahead this way. Massive feet. That's the front foot here, that blurry part, and that's the hind foot. See, if I put my foot next to this, you can see there's the lion hind foot. That's the big lion front foot, and that's my foot. So what a massive track. And the second line was the one walking through right here. It's a bit harder in this vegetation, but you can see the footprints. So they've both gone through here, and the boundary is not far. Sirga is right here with me. And yeah, she doesn't seem to be too concerned, so I don't think they are that they're anywhere nearby right now. But it's just interesting to see what they were doing here. They turned around. We'll walk that way a little bit. So yeah, we'll keep going and see what the lions were up to. I've made it to the cut line, as you can see, with Sirga. The yeah, so far we haven't met the lions, but the fresh tracks were right there with us for quite a while, and they are daytime tracks. It's easy to see because at night there's a lot of insects out which would get fried if they're out in the sun during the day, and they leave this sort of layer of tiny little tracks everywhere in the sand. And depending on, you know, what time of the night an animal would have walked, you can actually judge by the difference of the entire layer of, you know, insect tracks on the undisturbed ground and then the track of the animal. And there was nothing on those tracks, so those were from the daytime. And the day is now over, which means the lions should be waking up. Sirga seems to be very happy to be going home. I think she's going to be very happy to get some food, to get some rest. Maybe she'll spend the night there. But also what I did hear just now is that the guys have finished the fence patrol, and basically the lions are still inside, so we know they are here with us somewhere. I would not be surprised if they are watching us more than we're watching them at the moment. And yeah, pretty cool. I mean, so lions are still here. I have decided that I will leave Sirga's door open, and yeah, we'll see if we get to meet them before we get home. But half an hour to go and find out. The sun has come out, which means it's nice and warm right now, but it's already getting late. The sun is low, and in front of me, unfortunately with the bloody fence in the way, but there's quite a beautiful rainbow happening. I'm sure you can see how green everything is getting. So that's just a wonderful sign at the moment that the Kalahari is happy and healthy, and we had enough rain for the vegetation to get well, so that our animals will have enough food. So yeah, all looking good overall. Sirga is very, you know, just on a mission, walking home, pretty easy going and fast for her normal behavior. So she's keen to go home. I can see that clearly, which is nice. That means she wants to be home, and I don't think the lions are too close right now. Made it home finally, which is amazing. Sirga is with me. She's very happy to come home, I think. And I'm not sure if I'm relieved or disappointed that we haven't met the wild lions, but the two boys are definitely inside. We know that, so they're here somewhere. Maybe they're watching us. I have no idea. Yeah, Sirga seems to be keen to go home. We're going to give her some dinner, and I have decided to leave the door open. It's a bit emotional for me, this whole thing. You know, it's so amazing that she's met lions now, and not just in a proper fight. This was just, you know, an actual meeting. And yeah, crazy to imagine all this. And I just don't feel right closing the door now. That's what she wants to do. I can actually see all the lions' footprints here. A lot of these are the males. I have no idea if they were inside Sirga's enclosure or not. But actually, yeah, that clearly looks like it. Yes, Sirga. Where did you have visitors even inside? So to me it looks quite clearly that the lions were also inside. It's a bit of, you know, wind that's on the tracks and stuff like that, but I think the male lions definitely checked out the enclosure. So that would have happened while I was there. There was no big noise, no big fighting. So I think that's enough. You know, that's enough for us to know that they're not being terribly aggressive towards her, and that she wanted them, because we would have heard that if it would have been a big fight. So yeah, we have lions going in and out of Sirga's home, and Sirga following the lions outside, and now she's home. I have a strong feeling that those two boys are going to be back sometime tonight. Yeah, door will be open and we'll see what happens. I'm going to have a bit of a sleepless one, but keep you updated in the morning.